Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're into the second and possibly final map of the night. Of course, Enraged eSports versus UCGL in the Ballistix UK Masters. We're up into the semi-finals, of course, and this is going to be the second map of this best of three. Cobble, of course, Enraged map pick as we go into it. Very fast into the pistol round it. Those wondering, Enraged did win the knife round, hence the CT-sided start, but it's not going well for them at all. Red has already opened things up. They got 2 kills, and Mansfield is also grabbing one. And now, right now, Enraged have been shut down to 2 players, although UCGL are a bit tagged up. We can see Enraged are going to have to do something pretty phenomenal to come back into this round. And Ryback, he's missing some key shots there, so that's not going to be good for him. And Fletch, meanwhile, caught off in connector. He's still got a player behind him. He needs to clear out, but Hawk going for that knife kill won't be working out for him. Will finally be dropped by that headshot. And now we're into a 1v4. But again, so many tagged up players.
It's definitely doable, and he does have that kit as well, and as well as the armor, but he's going to opt to save the kit and the armor. Not a bad choice, in all honesty. I don't think he got tagged at all, so he will be able to buy armor for $350 on the next round. Now, lots of players get tagged down there. That was a really, really fast round. I mean, Enraged, they did try boosting a player up into drop down there, which ultimately led to them kind of losing that round. They weren't really expecting the rush. I mean, I would have said maybe waiting a minute before trying to boost the player up there. Might not have been a terrible idea, but still, it is going to go the first round is going to go in the way of UCGL, which is extremely good for them, this not being their map choice, and also them being T-sided. Now, Fletch is going to have a UMP, bit of a curious buy there. I'd say a 5.7 is the better gun to have. He's also got full armor. When you look at the rest of his team, they too are also on a bit of an eco. With, I believe that's Under saving them by the AWP in the next round. Mansfield, though, getting a fast pick out onto the A site. It's gonna, out onto the B site. It's gonna open this up a little bit more. We have still got 2 players there for the defense, but good damage done by him as Mansfield finds 1. Can he make it 2? Fletch here with that UMP buy.
Oh, but he's getting a lot of key damage off Fletch, but he's not managing to land the final bullet of death onto Mansfield, and in fact, he's going to receive that bullet of death. Mansfield's dropping him, and now Ryback alone. 1 versus 5, stuck in, well, the last place you want to be on this. Nowhere near the site. They should be exiting towards him though. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to catch any off guard. They may exit towards deep T spawn, but Spat seems to be the one going for the challenge here. Ryback, good position, nice headshot there. Spat actually not shooting the bar with the head armor, but it's not going to matter either way. That's the free kill. And oh, he picks up a double, goes for the triple, but Red is going to be the one to finish him off there. UCGL 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, you know, 2-0. They should be able to make this 3-0. And, you know, at that point, it's a really competent start to the round for them. That's going to put them in a quite a comfortable position. They have a little bit of room to move around. Really nice double kill there, though. And the end of that round, that, of course, does substantially weaken the economy of UCGL. Ryback there, wonderful 2 kills with that 5.7 towards the end. Now, it's going to be a fast B play coming out here as Michael does get out on the platform. Spat finding a kill elsewhere. And Ryback taking down Michael. That's going to slow the B push a little bit, refocus their forces over towards A, as we do see the bomb going that way. And these players currently just baiting out these rotates. Now the rotate did come in, but now the players are rotating back towards A as the fake has kind of become a little bit more obvious. Although losing JCB over on the B site has led to Under deciding to stay. Now we have got, I believe, sorry, that's Ryback over on the A site, and he's of course going to call this that it is a fake. But right now, the remaining forces of Under and Glenn are in a very bad space because they've got Mansfield to I can't talk. They've got Mansfield to put up with, as well as these players over on the A site. That is going to be Ryback going down. He was the last kind of bastion of hope, and that bomb's going to get planted with 45 seconds left on the clock. So not good right now for the encroaching, enraged esports players.
Glenn should be able to save this AK-47. It's a good weapon to take into the next round, of course. Doesn't really want to challenge us too much, I can imagine. Again, lack of armor means it's not going to be really wise to go for anything too aggressive in this position. UCGL, very similar. They do not have a lot of money here on the T side, so they will also be going for the exits, not trying to chase him down and just get away with their rifles as well. So UCGL take a third on the board, and this is looking good.
Yeah, no, I mean, that rifle on Glenn does allow them as well to buy up a lot better in the next round. Of course, the AK being, in my opinion, the better rifle as well. He did kind of win in that regard. This is going to allow them a little bit more money as well, a little bit more breathing room over on Enraged. Although right now they are desperately looking to get this round.
Definitely so. But this is a very unexpected buy, of course. You know, they do have the AK to support it, so they were able to get an AWP up from under, and I don't think UCGL are going to be aware of that. Though he has just given away the key there, obviously picking up mid with that. Doesn't have armor to support it, however. Either way, UCGL, they're still down on one Khalil, down on Hawk, and the rest of them up on these full AKs. And Fletch is going to be the first to take a challenger, not actually putting too many shots off in the face of Hawk, and who will get away with that engagement there. JCB and Fletch both doubling up in the drop down area, and counter smokes coming in to stop him from getting too aggressive. But Hawk, he just wants to charge straight in here. Fletch will drop a flash in there, but Hawk still trying to get this challenge off. So much damage, but not going to manage to secure the kill. And JCB is going to land that key shot there onto Hawk, dropping him down and into a 5 versus 4.
Good smoke there by Glenn. That's going to delay that A push that much. Sorry, that B push that much more. We have got 2 players as well up in drop. JCB is going to be the first man of contact. Good Molotov there just to kind of delay that push that little bit more. But right now, Enraged using all the utility they can to delay his flashes. They do go in. It's going to be on the JCB. He finds one. Does get taken out by Spat though. And that means that the push is on Glenn over here. Does get taken down by Waggle on platform. And the rotates coming in. Chicken coop. That's going to be Fletch going down. Window with a really nice AWP shot there. They're on the Waggle to equalize things out into a 2 versus 2. And Ryback does come in the rear. And that's going to be the bomb down at this point. So Unda's just got to fall back, go watch that bomb. Spat's going to be rotating back, trying to grab it. A good nade, and then a nice bit of aiming there by Ryback. Does find him that kill, and that's going to be Spat going down. That's the first round on the board for Enraged. And, you know, what a round for them to get. They did really, really need that in order to keep their own economy under control, as well as put a significant enough dent in that of UCGL. Now, we aren't seeing what looks to be an eco coming out from UCGL, but that really, really, really confuses me. Because they had enough money to buy. So I don't know why that is. Maybe a misbuy. I'm unsure. Or maybe they just wanted to get more money in there. Yeah, I mean, I would have said like over. I would have said like 4 players had enough. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean now. Spat and Waggle a little bit less, but they have bought up, you know, pistols and stuff. So that is weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not too sure of that one, but either way, they decide not to go for the buy, but risky move in itself. I guess they're just ecoing out this one so they can have a really thick buy next round. They will definitely have an AWP if they want it. Of course, they'll have plenty of economy. Glenn, great shot there for Rev to finish him off, and now it's all on Waggle. Again, no armor because obviously they went for the eco, and a great shot to JCB. So it's down into a 3v1. Going to go for the second one. Lots of damage onto Under as well. Not securing a kill yet. Glenn pushing up very aggressively. He will manage to hit that kill as well. So 2 kills there for Glenn, and Enraged will take a second. But yep, obviously we do see the AWP up on Rev here. He's managed to secure that as well as armour and plenty of nades on the top, so not a bad buy, at least for UCGL at the moment in Enraged. They do have their own personal cannon on Under here. He does have armour as well and plenty of nades. Once again here for the CT side, Glindo can be kicking things off with a shot onto Waggle there. Nice spray down, picks up 2. Lancers will drop over towards B long there, and that's a good drop down from the plateau. After securing 2 kills, obviously not going to want to challenge too much, so he will be backing off there. Ryback instead dropping over towards B, and Hawk is just going to be securing some position over towards drop down, just running through the smoke, but JCB's ready for that. More than alert. Hits that shot onto Hawk, and now it's into a 2 versus 4, so really favouring Enraged right now, especially with Spat being down to 29 HP. He's got a lot to deal with, and Fletch just going to be fake peeking, and we'll finally get the shot off, and going to receive even more damage in the toe of that.
And ticking down as Rev does find one to Under now. Spat, AHP, and Rev with the AWP and the bomb over on long. JCB is going to be looking over at long. He's going to be the man who's going to make the contact first. Now, will Rev be able to find a shot? He does just miss it. JCB doing a little bit of damage here. 35 seconds left and counting. Can they find the kill onto Spat? Now it's going to be down on the Rev, and he keeps missing these shots, and it's putting him in a very bad situation now. That flash is going to go out. If he can find his kill on a JCB, he might stand a chance to do this. He's going to hit back to Glenn, and he just misses that shot. Glenn's going to get it and secure the third round on the board for Enraged.
Yeah, Rev missing out on quite a few key shots, which is obviously the downfall right there of UCGL. And you can see, despite Enraged winning that previous round, they lost a lot of men with it. 4 men, of course, and Under does have this AWP still, but you know, Fletcher's going to be down on just a pistol, and UCGL instead are just going to be going for this force buy / quasi buy, sorry, as they run straight into the B side. JC holding this off very well, but Spat will finally trade him. Glyn also doing some damage, just running straight in. He's got no fear, so much potential on Spat there as he finally switches weapon, but going to go down at the end of the day, and Enraged are going to take a 4-3 scoreline. But UCGL back on their buy, no AWP as of yet. 4 rifles, they should have plenty of economy for nades as well.
Yep, I believe we will be seeing some sort of A push coming out now from UCGL. Something we haven't seen much from them. We're going to be seeing, I believe that is Hawk over towards the B site, just playing things nice and slow, just holding these passive angles, making sure that Enraged don't go pushing up. Opting for the A play now, given that B has not been very successful. We have got 2 plays over towards long. That smoke's going to come in, and that's going to allow, I believe that's Ryback to push up through it. Not able to find any damage there as he does fall back towards the site, but Mance was going down early on, and then Glyn finding one talk immediately puts into a 3 versus 4. That's going to be Waggle and Rev and Spat being the remainders here for UCGL, and with men, you know, behind them, in front of them, everywhere. It's like an orgy in a shower. It's just not where you want to be.
It is Spat, indeed, though. And Spat is going to pick up a kill, working up towards the B site to try and somehow regroup something from this round. Waggle will actually turn it into a 3v3 after taking out Ryback, but JC, good position. He's not overpeaking this position. He knows what he's doing, but nope, Spat knows what he's doing more. He picks up that kill onto JC, and Under has to get this retake going. He's already deep in the site. This is a very risky play, not waiting for his teammate, but it's going to pay off. Picks off that first one onto Spat, and now it's a 2 versus 2 here. Fletch is going to be mollied off over towards drop down, but they will be able to get back into the site, but no! Rev is going to pick him up, and now Waggle, well, Rev picks up the double, in fact. UCGL, they take 4, and they're putting up a good fight here on the T side.
Yeah, equalising the scoreline out of 4-4. This map, you know, I mean, it's very, very dependent on the team that's playing. Some people say it's T-sided, some people say it's CT-sided. It's quite a 50-50 map. Maybe like a 9-6 scoreline is alright. 8-7, I would say. So, you know, Enraged looking to do extremely well here if they want to wrap this up in just 2 maps. This is, of course, their map choice as well, and they are on, you know, what I would say is the favoured side. You know, being 4-4 is very good for UCGL. Mads was fighting one onto Glenn. It's coming into a 3 versus 4 now, and it's looking like UCGL are going to be able to secure their 5th, taking them win with a 1-round lead over Enraged.
Oh, but Hawk is going to do some more damage. JCB will be dropped after only picking up 1 consolation kill. Now Under and Fletcher are also alive. Oh no, Under, he could choke here. He lands a kill regardless onto Rev, but there's still Fletch and Spat to deal with over towards the site as Fletch rotates in. Only got a Molotov and an Eagle, and of course a Dream, but he's got to watch out for Hawk, close on his left. Hawk has got such good patience of just waiting this out, and will finally pick up that final kill. UCGL, they're doing an absolutely dominating performance here on this T-side, 5-4 now.
You know, Enraged, not in a situation really where they can afford to buy again, and we will be seeing another eco coming out from them, which further increases UCGL's potential just to run away with this, as we should see a 6th round coming in if all goes to plan. It is going to be a very heavy mid-presence. Flash does go in. Very ineffective here as Ryback and Under both holding these close angles. Are they going to check them? Oh, it's the crossfire of centuries as Ryback and Under both manage to find one, then do get traded out. It's going to be a 3 versus 3. They know the bomb's going up towards A, so the rotate's coming in. And already JCB with an amazing shot there onto Mance was holy
moly.
Hand grenade, that was amazing.
Oof, that was phenomenal. What a flick to pick up that 1 kill there, and now there's 2 players remaining for the CT side. It could be good for them. Fletch does pick up Hawk, and now it's all on Spat again. Glyn is yet to find a weapon, but he's going to make his way up towards the site. Should be able to secure a rifle here, and the bomb is of course down, but there's plenty of time left in Spat. He's going to drop Glyn, and Fletch, remember, he has no armor here, so it's going to be a good advantage for Spat. Flash goes out, he'll peek with it, but oh no, perfect position by Fletch. He's completely unaware of where he's playing, and look at this, Fletcher speaks out and gets a shot. Great play behind that pillar, and will it secure Enraged a 5th round?
That's going to take them through the 5-5 on the back of an eco here. Now we're going to be seeing UCGL putting the boots of Enraged onto an eco now. They've got these Tech 9s, they have a little bit of utility as well, and on Hawk and Waggle, these flashes going to come in handy, but Glenn's going to get boosted, he finds one, and now, very bad situation here as they're just running into the meat grinder. They do manage to take him down. JCB finds one, can he make it two? Yes, that's going to be Fletch backing him up. A wonderful hold there though, Glenn holding off that side, does manage to take down 3 of them. And that was definitely imperative to the success there of Enraged eSports. It's going to be a 6-5 in the way of Enraged, and it's going to be a little bit of a full buy. But Mance was, however, just on that tech, less than ideal, but still, it is definitely it's definitely the right call to be making this late on in the game. We're going to be seeing Hawk. He's going to be peeking mid. Will he be found by under there on long, just missing that engagement? And 4 players now. UCGL over towards the B-bomb site, and 3 Enraged players here to hold that off.
Fletch does pick up that first kill, quickly traded out there by Rev, and we're into a 4v4, heavily favouring the UCGL squad because, of course, 4v4 favours the T's because it has CT split throughout the sites. Obviously, they're going to have to go for the 2-2 split, as we see Under rotating back with the AWP, so they've got to watch out for that. Of course, UCGL are going heavy onto the B side though, but Glenn, he's ready for it. He picks up Mansworth as well, going for some more damage through the edge of the smoke. Not going to be landing it though, but Spat, he's still there to try and get this challenge out. Flash goes out deep, and that should be getting some good flash onto the Enraged squad, and now Spat going to be coming in, but Hawk instead going to be hitting the AWP shot instead of Rev here for a change. So 1-2-3v3, but bomb should be planted under. Perfect Molotov there, but it's not going to be right, as Rev is not going to be willing to walk into it right now, and JCB still trying to take out this AWP here. This retake is just looking dire already. They're not capitalising on it, they're not hurrying up, and they're not pushing onto the site fast enough. They're wasting too much time, and UCGL aren't peeking into their sites there. Hawk finally does, and he's going to get that kill. Under still lands one onto Red, but it's all down to Under. Picks up the second one, Hawk will fall, and now it's Under versus Spat. 1 HP remaining. He's got to do something absolutely phenomenal to get back into this, and there's no way he's going to have time to stick this to fuse. And on Spat, shooting off into the smoke. Under should be trying to escape, but there's surely no way he'll be able to get away with it. Spat will surely chase, but nope, gets away with it. Will be running back into the A site there. Bomb shouldn't be catching him. No, he'll be okay, but Spat will die with the bomb.
I mean, best of a worst case scenario there for Under. Managing to hold on that AWP, 1 HP, and not much you can really do in that situation, sadly. A really good attempt though, and he's managing to save it into the next round. He's going to be taking that with him, presumably over the long, where he's going to try to out-peak UCGL, seeing as they don't have an AWP. He's got no one ready to contest with there. Now, it is looking like it's going to be another B-side player, as we do see all 5 of the UCGL members, aside from Rev, who's going to be doubling back and just watching mid for any sort of aggression, but as for the rest, they're going to be over towards the B side. Good amount of aggression coming in here. We have got a booster, Glenn, up by Tree. And now it's just a question of, can Enraged hold off the push here if it comes down to it? If they manage to get the first kill, then it wouldn't surprise me if UCGL double back and then tried to go through mid. So it's all down to getting this opening frag as they try to push out onto the site, really.
Under has a really good position though to shut this B push down, of course, with this AWP, be able to easily pick up that first frag, and if he repeats, potential of getting far more as well. We are going to see the push come out. JCB holding off very well. He does get the first one. Dink onto the second as well, despite receiving a lot of damage. Mansworth's working up towards B. He's going to do great work, picking up 2 kills. Fletch and Under dropped the AWP out of play, and Glenn, he's going to come right back into that with a double kill of his own. And now rotation's got to be coming in from the terrorist side. They're going to be pushing up towards the A site. Ryback repositioning to a more passive style, and this is really good because they don't have any drop down control, but Ryback is still holding onto the balcony in case they do come in through connected. That's not going to be the case though. Pushing up towards the site, and he's got to be ready for this. Doesn't spot that Hawk to his right though. 4x3 gets the better of him, but he still takes out Rev, and now it's all down on Hawk. 1 versus 3 with 3 HP, and it's not meant to be. Boom will finish that off.
So that was 7-6, very, very close scoreline. UCGL doing a great job of managing to stay in this. Of course, probably on the on one of the lesser favorited side, although we do see Enraged normally do very, very well on the T side, so it does just come down to that really. 7-6 it. And it will be UCGL now echoing for the, in preparation for the last round of the first half. Great shot there by Ender into the legs of Rev. He's going to finish that off. No shot goes unpunished here. Good flash coming out. Doesn't manage to do much there for Hawk because he does get taken down. It's really down onto Waggle here on long. That's going to be Ryback taking him down. Quick, clean round there for Enraged, and that's exactly what they need. Taking it to 8-6, and now it's going to be the final round of the first half.
But Hawk actually decided to go with his Mac 10 here on the T side. It's a bit of a questionable buy. I guess he doesn't have a lot of money to work with, but this Tech 9 would be far more effective than a Mac 10. I know it does have that inherent aimbot that you're talking about in the earlier maps, but
yep.
Still, it's not a great buy against armoured players.
Well, I mean, it depends, because it has got the aimbot. You just got to remember that.
Okay.
It comes with it for free. I think it was in the SMG update they put it in. It turned into the smart gun from Aliens. If you know much about Aliens, there you go. Anyway, yeah, no, questionable buy there from Hawk, picking up that Mac 10 when he, not a lot of money, but like you did point out, the Tech 9 is a much better sidearm to have up against armored opponents. Very, very split out forces here. Just playing for a pick, playing nice and passive, taking a lot of map control. We're going to be seeing a peek out long in the form of Ryback here. That's right, it's going to be Fletch. Ryback, though, finding one in mid. That's going to be Rev going down. Now, this puts UCGL in a very bad situation as these three players over here execute out onto B. Winder finds one. Can he make it two? Does miss that shot, though. Both can be pushing close on the site. Hawk managed to get a kill with that Mac 10. Can he make it two with the Mac 10?
Oh, but look at this bait place running around the site. Glim will finally pick him up, and now it's all on Spat. 1 versus 3 here coming in from Connectors. Going to grab one onto Ryback, but by and large, this should be it for UCGL this round. Oh, lovely shot. Straight through the door. JCB, sorry, Fletch picking that up, and Spat will drop. 9-6 scoreline here in the favour of Enraged.
No, aim right. If that's the team, I don't know. That's what it sounded like you said. Yeah, no, so half-time does approach 9-6 in favour of Enraged. UCGL, like we say, doing a very valiant job of fighting back against the beast that is Enraged eSports now. I mean, I personally now think UCGL, if they lose this, have a really, really good chance of making it to third. As a matter of fact, I suspect they'll make it to third, judging by their performance against Enraged.
I think they'll be able to beat Millwall, to be honest. Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. But I think it's more than likely UCGL will be coming out of this best of 3 with a loss, already down on the first map and losing the second one as well. We're probably not going to see too much from them, even if we do get to 3 maps. I think it may struggle a bit, considering they lost to Fun Mix in the first section of the group stages on the best of 1 at Dust 2, which is, oh no, sorry, the final map's Mirage, not Dust 2, but regardless. Enraged, they're just going to go for the full A-rush here. Absolutely no strategy behind it, but it's working out very well for them. Just pushing fully onto it. 3v3 already in play, and they're going to be getting the bomb down over on the site. JC will shut down Monsters, but just running through the smoke, Matt and Hawk are both going to do some serious damage. Under comes back in with one onto Hawk, but it's all against Under and Spat. He's playing this perfectly, drops off onto the site, but Spat will hear that drop, and there we go. Great headshot by him. 3 kills, and that will be the round for UCGL to secure that pistol round 7-9.
Yeah, Spat has definitely been the player to beat for Enraged at the minute. I would say, definitely the strongest player as well on UCGL. At least that's just kind of the vibes I'm getting, judging by how he's been playing recently. This, of course, does start Enraged off on the back foot. They did have to get the plant, and we are seeing a force spike coming out from them. Now, we've seen them do this before, and it worked for them in the past, and let's see if it's going to work again. Now, look at UCGL's buy. Very, very SMG and shotgun focus. Now, the Mag 7, good up against basically anyone, because that gun's ridiculous, but as for the rest, I'm unsure. I mean, this could work out in Enraged's favour. High risk, high reward here as these smokes do come out on the side. They've got the utility, they've got the flashes, and they have the weapons and skill, definitely, in order to take this out of need. Does get trapped just behind the boxes there, so that's not going to find any damage. We've got one player up on tree here, and the smoke's coming in. That's going to get them out of there. And this smoke's just to, divide and block off the site. Are they going to check Coop, though? That's going to be essential here to their success. Hawk in Coop with that UMP. It's going to get taken down. Mansour's trying to find some shots through the smoke. Does get put down to 80 HP. Pushes through, though.
Oh, Under, though, fires off a shot through the smoke and puts Mansour's down to 7 HP. Finally Glenn will do some work there to pick up 2 kills, but Mance is going to be alone here. 1 versus 4. Picks up the first one, but again, 7 HP is nothing he can do with that. And the Enraged eSports, they pick up a 10th round there, reaching double digits on the force buy.
Yeah, I mean, every time we've seen them do that force after to get in the plant and just using the utility and the Tech 9s to catch the enemy off guard, that has worked phenomenally well, and I'm definitely going to be stealing that and using it in my Russian-fueled MM escapades, but that's a story for another day. So, looking at this right now, we do see Enraged. They've got a very, very comfortable buy going on here. We've got players going out onto the B-bomb site. Now, we have got 3 inside a coop. Very, very questionable play here, I think. Just going for a little bit of a YOLO strategy. At least that's what it seems. All players are situated towards that B site, but with how Enraged are playing this, you know, splitting out, taking on his map control, they're going to know that no one's on B, no one's on A, sorry, hopefully, before they commit to any sort of site push.
A Molotov would be absolutely dire for UCGL over towards B. If Fletch had one, that would be absolutely hilarious. Stack is pretty funny. I really want to see Fletch check it as well. He's just going to be spamming it there. Finally, he's going to get a peek from the first player, but again, he doesn't know there's 3 in there. That's the funny part. So even if he takes control of the site, it's not going to matter too much because he only thinks there's 1 there. Oh, yeah, ball get taken down by Spat. Ryback also drops Rev over towards A, and these 3 players, this great stack does not work in their favour. I'd like to see them do it later in the match, so of course it would be fun to see that. Regardless, they're going to go for the 3v5 retake. Again, nothing, 3v4 retake, really nothing to lose on this retake. They've only got a couple of pistols to work with, so they may as well just go for it, really. Apart from Spat, maybe you could save that Tech 9 and just armour up with that next round, but these P250s are next to useless, so they will just be going for these exits here. But Enraged, I think the wise thing for them is just not to exit towards them. They don't have the economy to sustain it. They don't need to take these P250s out of the hands of UCGL, and I just think if they just go for the safe play and just exit out the site, they'll be okay. But again, peeking, really not a great plan in that situation. Glim will fall to Hawk, and he'll be able to grab that AK as well, getting out of the site with just 10 HP remaining.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see where they send Hawk to go and play with that. I mean, they could try forcing up once again behind it. Hawk's going to buy full nade, so it's looking like they are going to force up behind this AK, which might catch Enraged off guard, as we do see they have the Mac 10 and the UMP. I mean, you know, not the best buy up against a bought-up team, and what can I say, not that surprising considering how strong UCGL's economy was. Buying up behind the AK kind of makes sense. They've got a lot of utility as well. I mean, I'm going to be seeing Fletch out on B plat, very aggressive, of course, not realising that they bought up. So this might come back to bite Enraged in the arse.
It's very likely. They've got to watch out with this one. Luckily, these 3 rifles are going to be the hope for them to try and come back into it. Ryback, meanwhile, is going to shut down that first play. That's a famous out of the hands of Rev, and Hawk will come back in with one with the AK-47 dropping Fletch, but it's still into a 4v4, and Enraged are heavily favoured in this situation. They still have no Mac 10 player, so at least they've got these good rifles now, and of course the UMP, which is fairly capable against armoured players. You know, it's got the best armoured penetration of any SMG in the game, so, you know, it's not too bad of a choice. At least it's better than a Mac 10, and just going to be holding off the angle, takes out Waggle. Ryback will also grab one on the Spat here, so it's looking like a good round so far from Rage, not having too much trouble with the 4-sport UCLG players, and Hawk will be alone once again over towards T-spawn or mid-area, trying to come back in, but I imagine just exits are going to be his plan for now. Oh no, he's not going to be ready for this. So Under comes around the corner, he just hides, and Under still yet to check it. Will finally do so. Going to take him down. That'll be the round to Enraged.
Yeah, Enraged just increasing this gap that much more with every victory. And edging closer as well to going through into the finals. But UCGL doing such a strong, competent job being able to fight back against them.
Yeah, but again, almost Felica coming out from these CTs is going to mean they have really no chance of putting up much fight against these fully equipped terrorists. And finally, Fletch is going to get the Mac 10. It will actually work for a change. We'll be showing it off over on towards Hawk, taking him out. And Waggle dropping very shortly means Enraged are going to be securing a 13-7 scoreline without too much of a fight.
Yeah, definitely. And, 13-7 winning 4 rounds in a row, definitely where Enraged want to find themselves right now. Very strong economy and just kind of snowballing out of control. Very, very hard for UCGL to be able to keep up with this. Of course, their mentality is getting stronger by the minute as well as their economy. And, that can, of course, be the most dangerous thing in Counter-Strike, those two things. Now, we're going to be seeing Manswers. He's gone up, he's over on B. Interesting position there over my tree to be playing that. And he's not going to be finding anyone anytime soon as the rest of Enraged playing up towards long, playing nice. All these angles. And the question is Rev going to be able to find enough heads in order to make this a worthwhile trade, or is he just going to go down? Because, playing a corner like this, it is all or nothing. And you've got to rely on them not checking the corner, and I don't think Enraged are the kind of people to make that mistake, but let's find out.
I'm interested to see this bait play in action, though. I think Ryback will be leading into it, entering here for the terrorist side. It'll be interesting to see how it works out here for UCGL. The smoke's not going to be going straight over. Ryback leading the charge here. Fletch as well to support, but they just run straight in. Fletch going to be going down, going to be picking up one, but Ryback falling. Fletch takes the second still, so it's a good 2-for-1 trade in the favour of Enraged. But right now, UCGL again looking pretty dire right now. Hawk just going to be flashing himself through the smoke, running straight through, but nothing to lose at this point as he goes down along with Manswers with the AWP.
Dude, 14-7. UCGL, they have 4 spot up. They are doing everything they can to avoid this going to match point, and we're going to be seeing a lot of aggression coming out from them as they do play towards long. Now, they're going to be running into the waiting arms of 2 Enraged players. That's going to be Ryback and Under here. Watching this mid push, although have they been able to spot a very, very crafty Hawk as he managed to get out into mid. He finds one on the Ryback. Glyn does manage to get the return frag there, but still, they didn't manage to come out. And then Rev and Mance was over on B, just doing work fine too. Glyn, though, equalising his numbers with that kill on a Rev. It is going to be a 2 versus 3, though, and JCB being such low HP does not put these boys in a very good situation whatsoever. We have got a player boosted as well with a Mag 7. That's going to be Waggle here, and are they going to check this? If they don't, this could spell disaster here for Enraged, as he will and should be able to pick up an easy double kill here.
Oh, nice shutdown at the end of the round though from Manswers, and that'll be the round again to UCGL. So keeping themselves in it a little bit longer. Finally, first round in a while from the CT side, and Rage have picked up the last 5. So they just got to keep this momentum going. Of course, if they do lose this round, they will be reset, obviously. So Enraged are going to have so much money to work with, and UCGL are going to be obviously on the eco or the force buy for the match point. So what's interesting to note is that Glyn has 28 frags in a 14-8 scoreline. That is pretty phenomenal.
So 14-8. Glyn, like you said, approaching that 30 bomb. And what a way to close this out if he manages to do that. 14-8 scoreline though. UCGL doing everything they can to cling on to this and stay in this competition a little bit longer. Trying to get it to map 3. Enraged, 1 round away from match point. And with that comes their shot in the finals as well. Good molly there, going to do a lot of damage onto Hawk, who's going to have to fall back. That's going to lose him a lot of control over on B. Although finding that Colin right back, that's going to into a 4 versus 5 here as they do manage to push out Manswers onto JCB as well. Just walking out into the meat grinder that is the B site. Spat by one onto Fletch, coming in from behind. It's going to be Rev, and he finds one onto Under and Glyn. That's going to take it to 14-9. But, the economy of Enraged from running so many rounds in a row, still very, very strong. Meaning they will be able to buy as they go in to the 24th round.
They got some nice money on their backs, but it's not going to be lasting for much longer. This should be their last buy, despite all their efforts. But again, if they do get a bomb plant, they will be able to buy up next round, because they will be on the 2.4k loss bonus, plus the $800 is 3,200 plus the money they originally have. Most of them will be able to get a buy up. They should be able to drop for Ryback as well, because he does have a low amount of money. So either way, they will be able to go for some kind of buy next round. But maybe they might just eco so they can get, you know, a full buy-in with proper nades and everything. Because UCGL are actually catching up. And despite Enraged being at 14 rounds, you know, UCGL have caught up quite a considerable amount in the last 3. 14-9 is not a complete stomp just yet.
No, not at all. I mean, UCGL doing a great job being able to hold this out. And, you know, not a stomp at all. 14-9 is a very kind of competent scoreline. And UCGL doing a lot as well in the way of being able to get more rounds on the board. Not bad at all. It's going into this 4 versus 5 now, being able to equalise it out, but then Spat in mid does get bombed down, taking it into a 4 versus 3, and this looks like it could once again go the way of UCGL because the rotate's coming in from the B site. Rybeck does find one though, equalising these numbers out. He does get put down to 10 HP. So when it comes down, if they can get this call on Rybeck, then they can rotate down and get the bomb. Spat finds one. Good damage as well coming in from under.
Ooh, great shot.
And he finds one with a really nice kind of quick flick there onto Spat. And he's got this open, he's got the bomb, he's going to be running over to B. Rotate's still over on A, but they're going to have to realise soon that he's rotating back. It's going to be Hawk, and it's all down to him now to stop this plant going down. Is it going to get away? 15 seconds left, the clock is ticking. All he's got to do is delay this plant, and it should be easy enough. He's going to be sneaking around behind, and this should be the death of under here. There should be no way he can do this unless he gets a collateral.
No. I'm just still surprised Mansa's peaked in that situation. I know we're going to get the trade frag, but what are the risks that come with it? Of course, he does pay off from that peak, and of course, they are still alive in this Enraged. Actually managed to get a buy despite not getting the bomb down there, but JCB is going to be down the Tech 9, so they aren't able to drop due to the lack of bomb plant. So either way, they've got a bit of an investment. Ryback's going to receive some team damage, bit of a knife there, I can imagine. But either way, they have the money. And they need to switch something up, because right now it's just whatever they're doing, it's not working. 3 rounds in a row for UCGL is going to mean that they are at a bit of a deficit, because obviously if they lose this round, UCGL will be able to get up to 13 without a doubt, without too much, you know, fight. Or 12 at least, maybe 13. Depending on the economic situation with bomb plants, etc. But they're going to work their way out on the site. A good start here finally. They're going to be actually leading off with 3 kills here, and UCGL are at a huge deficit. Spat has to be the man to do some serious damage onto them, and he's going to be stuck in the smoke there. Ryback walking up right next to him, does shut him down there, so that's 1 kill, but there's still 4 more to deal with over towards the B site, and they've got great aftermarket positions. JCB's going to just be up towards Platt, and they've got the crossfire, of course, set up between Fletch and JCB, so they can't push him towards the area of drop down, and that's just going to be the shutdown there. Fletch finishes Spat off, and Enraged, they take match point.
Yep, it is going to be match point now. 15 to 10. It all comes down to this. Can Enraged put the final nail in the coffin and go through to the grand finals tomorrow? I mean, you know, it's been good, and I think Enraged are going to do it. I don't think we're going to see map 3, and it saddens me to say that. I would love to see map 3. These two teams have been phenomenal playing up against each other. You know, UCGL really have kind of brought their A game to this. The semi-finals are here, and UCGL, they're just showing that they're not here to mess around. You know, just because they didn't get through in qualifiers and they got invited as a result of a scheduling error, doesn't mean they're a bad team.
Yeah, but the way the qualifiers worked is UCGL, I think they only lost 1 best of 1, and they weren't instantly won in the qualifiers or something like that. They just got unlucky on their group placements. So you know, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad team because they didn't, you know, even make it. It didn't even get 1 win. It's just because they got placed against, you know, 1 best of 1, and that really doesn't decide how good you are. But again, when you have 22 teams attempting to qualify, you can't have best of 3 matches between everyone to decide who's going to be playing. So it's fair enough that they didn't qualify, because obviously you can only really have 1 best of 1 each to kind of decide who's best, and it's very random. But there's no better, you know, way to do it.
I do agree. Spat starting off the round, taking down Ryback. That's going to be a 4 versus 5 now for the Enraged eSports crew, as they do find themselves on an eco this round. They have got a little bit of armor here and there as well, trying to do the damage that they can here, jumping down into drop down, finding that kill on a Hawk. Mansworth's coming in from behind. Is he going to get taken out? It's going to be under taking down Mansworth down to 3 versus 4 here. They have got the guns as well. They managed to pick these up.
It's completely clear. All of the UCGL players have stacked A, and now the B site's going to be completely uncontested from the CT side, and they're going to have to rotate in. But these aren't great positions that they have right now on this retake, and the HP is less than favourable on the side of Waggle and Spat, already tagged down. And finally, they're actually going to do some damage there. Rev will be dropped, and JCB and Fletch are going to be last to alive. JCB has to do some serious work, but it's not going to happen, as Fletch picks up 1. And there we go. That'll be the round. UCGL pick it back up.
14-12, trying to claw back into this with the potential of getting some overtime and then potentially going through to map 3. We're going to see the AWP on Under, something that has served Enraged extremely well in the past. And, you know, looking at UCGL, their economy is alright, still pretty weak, just as strong, I'd say, as Enraged. Which, you know, does not really make any sort of difference, because in the event that they lose, it will be game over. All they can hope, though, is that they don't lose too many players in the coming rounds if they want to stand a chance of staying in this. Now, we're going to be seeing Enraged taking a much more split-out, sporadic approach, having their players kind of a lot of ground between them, which isn't good for trades, but it is good for picks. You know, they don't have people to trade, which is not good. They shouldn't, but I don't think, you know, they'll make the mistake of pushing on the sites. They're literally just taking control of key map areas.
Yeah. But what you've got to note is Enraged have been doing the same thing for the past like 15 rounds, or you know, the past like 10 rounds on the T side. They're just going to be rushing into a site every single round. They go for like a group pick, they don't get one, they just rush onto a site, and half the time it works, half the time it doesn't. And it's a huge risk, and them playing a more pick-based strategy is going to be a nice way to switch it up, and UCGL may not be expecting it. So it's always good to switch things up when, you know, you're losing so many rounds. They lost 5, you know, with 1 in the middle to split them through. But either way, they need to try something else, because whatever they're doing is not working, and it's not going to be difficult for UCGL to pick up 2-3 more rounds.
No, definitely not. And it's also like losing this round is going to put Enraged onto an eco, which is less than ideal for them. I mean, they do manage to a little bit of GOTV, like, Jesus Christ, but like 900 years into the future now.
We're to 1v1 from a 4v5.
Great grandson here playing the game up against the radioactive mutated Mansworth, as Mansworth manages to drop under there. And you know, the millennia long conflict ends.
The fact that Valve haven't fixed that, and that's been around since the start of CSGO, just upsets me. We've had that issue for 3 years now, or whatever. 4 years. 4 years.
I know, and considering that Hugo's 5 years old, like,
yeah, I know, that's almost all of my life.
Past of your life. Anyway, we're only seeing a full eco coming here from Enraged. And, you know, trying to do damage. And all this aggression might actually be serving them extremely well as they push down in the mid. Hardly contested whatsoever. JCB finds Rev out on long. Now it's 4 versus 5 here, and they might only have these pistols, but they've managed to get them in a really close range situations, which is where they're going to do best. Blinn finds 1. Can he make it 2? Great. Molotov's going to force out Mansworth, and Mansworth does get taken down and pays the price for it. That's a 2 versus 5 here, and they've got to retake a site up against all these ecoing players. And it's not looking good for UCGL. They might go out on an eco round after doing so well. To go out on an eco, I think, would be the, you know, just saddening more than anything.
Yeah, you know, they tried so hard, they got so far, but in the end, it's looking like it's not even going to matter. It's all down to Hawk here, 1 versus 3. The positions are also crossfire together. It's going to be so difficult for Hawk to get anything out of this. Goes for the shot, but Glyn, he's going to be the punisher today, and snapping him like a twiglet. 16-13 is going to be the score for the second and the final map of this best of 3 between Enraged and UCGL. Enraged make their way to the grand finals to play up against Malik eSports tomorrow at 8:30 PM BST, and UCGL, they're going to be down in the 3rd and 4th place bracket up against Millwall Bushwhackers for tomorrow at 6 PM BST. And of course, the prize money split is £200 for 4th place, which UCGL and Millwall are going to be fighting for. 450 for 3rd place, which they're also going to be fighting for. And then in the 1st and 2nd, it's going to be 850 for 2nd and £1,500 for 1st place. And that's a lot of money. And Enraged have managed to secure themselves a minimum of £800, which is a pretty good play at least.